And I'm right back at you. Right back in the middle of the night. Everything then died down. Everybody then went to sleep. Not really went to sleep, but just resting their game up. Everybody just resting their game up. I hope all you guys are having a nice night. Peaceful night. Sitting back just chilling. Enjoying the night. A dog came to my head though. A dog that I really like, he's one of my best dogs. The dog the dog's name is Monster Jojola, excuse me. Monster Jojola. Man, that was an awesome dog. I really never got to see him and lay hands on him. He was an old dog. Old school, one of the old school dogs. When dogs were famous, they was just famous for being beautiful. Monster was one of those dogs, man. He was famous for being beautiful. When you see pictures of Monster, how broad he is, them big old shoulders, that nice head and that nice neck. Man, you can really respect a Gray Line production. You can really respect the Gray Line production when you see Monster Jojola. I really appreciate Monster. Which old school dogs do some of you appreciate? Like old school dogs, Not these new school dogs, with these new names and just straight up bulldog blood. I don't care what you call it. You can call it what you want, but at the end of the day, just call it a bulldog. And that's just facts. But back in the days when bullies was bullies. Name some of them old school dogs that y'all like. See, because Monster Jojola was a product of the notorious Juan Gotti crossed to Castle King's Ebony. And she was a nice female, man. She was nice, And that was a nice production just to see them two dogs come together with the background that they had, The notorious Juan Gotti's mother was Gray Line's Cali Love Blue Good, the notorious Juan Gotti's mother was Gray Line's Cali Love Blue Good. She was a bad dog too. Not none of that little stuff. You got to pick it up and carry it. Nah, you got to put her in the cage and lock it. Because she was a real dog. Those were real dogs. And Ebony's mother, her mother, was also Gray Line's Cali Love Blue Good. So right there, Juan Gotti and Ebony was brother and sister. Half brother and half sister. So that right there is a good breeding right there. That's going to be a good breeding right there. Half brother, half sister. Gray Line breeding. The mother and the father to them were already in perfect health. No brachiocephalic dogs. Dogs that could swim. Dogs that could run and do athletic things and could possibly climb up the wall, climb up a wall like you see dogs do. Just active, completely active, The notorious Juan Gotti's father was Gray Line's Raider 2. Okay? Y'all know Raider 2 was putting in that work for Gray Line. Raider 2 was putting in that work for Gray Line. You know what I mean? And then Gray Line's Raider 2, was also the father to Gotti's mom. He was the father to Gotti's mom. Gray Line's Cali Love Blue Good. You hear me? I mean, here it is. Raider 2 is the daddy to Juan Gotti's mama already. So that's an inbreeding in itself right there. You know, the top side of Juan Gotti's pedigree was an inbreeding done between father and daughter. If y'all can understand that. The top side of Juan Gotti's pedigree was an inbreeding done between a father and a daughter to produce Juan Gotti. This was some good breeding, some well thought out breeding of how to create a nice dog. And then after you create him, you create a nicer dog. This is what I'm saying. You know, you see that? It's that bully blood. No intruders. No intruders. It's that bully blood. She gets it. She gets it. My dog, I show numerous videos of my dog walking and playing and out there, man. Rain, sleet, or snow. Right now it's hot outside. And I still let her do her thing. You know, she love being by me. But she knows she gotta protect me. She gotta protect me. Let me get back up over here. Hold up. I got to do some work now. Don't come up over here for no lubbies, because it ain't going down like that. Can't be doing all the lovey-dubbies. Kick back. Chill out, all right? Let me do some work. Let me talk to the people. Now, Ebony's father was a Gray Line Raider 2 son. So Ebony's father was a Raider 2 son. This how the pedigree is going for Monster Jojola. The father of Ebony was a Raider 2 son. This is what you got to know, how you just taking and blending these dogs up, you know, keeping them family. You know, he was a production of Gray Line's Raider 2 cross to Tony's Showtime. Showtime was a nice dog. Ooh, she was a nice dog. Y'all know anything about Showtime? Y'all know anything about Tony Showtime? Have y'all ever seen any pictures? You know, do you really dig into the bully homework? Do you know what a bully is? A bully is not a bulldog. That's what's not. A bully is not that. A bully is not a bulldog. A bully ain't never had a half a tail. Okay? See, I see a lot of bullies with half a tails. Then you got this new thing where the dog's elbows be just popping out. Bullies don't do that. Come on, man. I don't want to talk about y'all little dogs. You know what I'm saying? But right there, you know what I'm saying? Right there, just from saying who Ebony's father was, you know, just from saying who the father, you know, of up there by Gotti, you know, Gray Line's Cali Love, Blue Good, you know, just from seeing her father. It's just letting y'all know right there that Raider 2 is in Juan Gotti's pedigree 4 times. I mean, not Juan Gotti, is in Monster Jojola's pedigree 4 times. And Juan Gotti. And Juan Gotti. Both of them, Monster and Gotti, 4 times. These were dogs that were being created good, not being created to have a half a tail, and then that you got to sit it on a table and you're sitting them next to all kinds of little dogs, and they don't even know that the other little dog is there. These the kind of dogs that would have snatched the dog up if you just sat him next to him on a table. They would have probably broke that table, you know. So Monster Jojola was a production between the notorious Juan Gotti and Castle King's Ebony, you know, to create a famous dog, a good dog. named Monster Jojola. When you look at him, you can't do nothing but see a supreme perfect dog. I don't understand how you would want to mess that up to shrink it down to the size of a bowl. I don't understand that. To each their own. A dog, like somebody once said, a dog is your property. You can do whatever you want with your dog. But why don't you do something that's right? And I mean, if you're trying to create your own dog, then create your own dog. But don't go create a little bitty dog and say, this a bully. That ain't no bully. You must not know who Monster is. You don't know who Monster Jojola is? His daddy was the notorious Juan Gotti. That's who his daddy was. His mama was Castle King's Ebony. That's who his mama was. Okay? His granddaddy was Raider 2. Do you understand? His grandma was Showtime. And his dogs even behind that pedigree that Gray Line put together. You got to show love to Gray Line, one of the originals. Y'all don't even have Gray Line dogs no more. Y'all don't know what a bully is. If you ain't got Gray Line in your pedigree, I mean, you ain't got to have Gray Line in your pedigree. There's other dogs you can put in your pedigree that are from the bully breed. But damn, how can you not have Gray Line in your pedigree and y'all want to run around here and say, we got notorious Juan Gotti in our pedigree, but never want to just go on and throw it out there that you got Gray Line in your pedigree. Because that's where Gotti came from. Sometimes these are just all facts. And then y'all got it all messed up because you done made a few bucks off the dogs. You done made a few dollars. And it's cool to make money. I ain't trying to knock nobody money. I ain't trying to knock nobody hustle. I ain't trying to knock nothing from nobody. I'm just saying, the dogs that y'all claiming as bullies were not the dogs that were original bullies. Go back and look at Monster. Go back and look at Monster Jojola. Go back and look at the notorious Juan Gotti. They had feet. They had hawks. Some of the dogs that y'all creating now today don't even got hawks. They got a half a tail. Some of them got one testicle. Like, damn, they coming out with one testicle now. One testicle. The dogs are coming out with one testicle now. Y'all breeding dogs with one testicle, jacking the hell out of a dog. I mean, artificial insemination then went crazy in itself. That's like a whole porn thing going on right now. I mean, shit, you got people artificially inseminating dogs at least 4 times a day. I can't even find the proper breed for her most of the time, and you can see that's why I ain't got no puppies around here, because I'm just not going to breed my dog to know anything. But you got people that'll jump up here and say that they just did 4 breedings. Damn. I don't even see 4 good dogs in my neighborhood. Nowhere around this neighborhood to do 4 breedings. But cats be doing 4 breedings and 16 breedings and 19 breedings. I don't know where they getting, the time to do all of these breedings at. I don't know. I mean, do your cousin got dogs? And your cousin's girlfriends, brothers, baby mama got dogs? You know how y'all do. It's just like, I can't even really find proper breedings for my dog. I can't really, find a dog that I really want to breed her to. And that's why you don't see no puppies, because I'm not going to breed to anything. And on top of that, my dog is a paper dog. I would breed my dog to a non-paper dog if it was a dog that I like. If it was a dog that was just really, really pure on the terrier side and on the bull side, but with no bulldog, and it had real legs and real ribs and lungs, and you can't hear it when it breathes. You can hear my dog right now because she's snoring. See, you can hear my dog when she's asleep because she snores. See, that's not sick. Most of you humans snore. We all snore. I had a female that used to snore. It used to be sexy just to sit there and watch her snore. I used to like that. You know what I mean? So we all snore. That's nothing wrong with that. She just moved over. See? I mean, she can Go anywhere she want. She got a nice bed right off in the room. You know, I don't think she's gonna ever live inside of a doghouse because she don't know how. The whole time she been living, she's never lived in a doghouse on a chain. None of that. You know, y'all dogs act crazy because you raise them crazy. When you raise them like this, look at tail. Look at tail. When you raise them like that, they don't come out crazy. And I ain't gonna sit here and say, well, your puppies won't come out. Your puppies could come out crazy as hell because of the breed that she is. It's just that my particular dog isn't crazy. She has a great temperament. She's great with kids. She'll let the kid ride her and pull her ear. She does that. My dog's been living for almost 5 years. She hasn't bit nobody, but she chases cats every day. She will get on a cat. She hates cats. And I never taught her that, but she hates cats. She can't stand them. I mean myself, I like cats. I like cats. You know, I like dogs. That's why I like to talk about older dogs. Older dogs like, you know, when I look at Corrupt, I'm not here to knock Corrupt. I like Corrupt. Corrupt was a good looking dog. But man, Corrupt looked like the very first generation of when they first started crossing them bulldogs. Corrupt don't look full-blooded bully when you stare at him. But he's so gorgeous that he do look like a bully. But you don't know, man. You know, it's just looking at Corrupt. I can see it. Maybe he might have pulled. I don't know what happened. You know, but he just don't look just bully like that. You know, I can see something else off in there. You know, there were dogs that I had back in the days. Used to come out pure white. I remember all my dogs sometimes used to come out white. And they had bully heads. Real big bully heads. But I was a youngin' back then. I didn't know if they crossed the bulldog into my dog and let me have it. And I started breeding them dogs. I didn't keep them because so many years went by that they're not alive right now. But, you know, this is what I'm saying. It could be anything crossed into y'all dogs now. They are not bully no more. They are not bully no more. And some of them are so inbred that right there makes them sick too, because you didn't inbred them so tight, so crazy tight, that sometimes your dogs be crazy and you don't even know it, that they crazy, until you put them around people, places, and things. Then you see the real in your dog. That's why I had to come on here and talk about Monster Jojola, so y'all can see old school, know about old school dogs, historical dogs. There's historical dogs inside the bully breed. There's not just yesterday's dogs off inside the bully breed. There's historical dogs inside the bully breed. Dogs that have been crossed to prominent pit bull breeders, prominent Staffordshire breeders, and not one prominent bulldog breeder. So let's get it together and let's start pulling together and let's start making a real dog. What's the matter? Y'all scared to walk real dogs down the street now? Everybody got to have a baby toy dog so you can impress that girl? Man, come on, man. You make me feel like if it wasn't for Facebook, you couldn't catch a chick, bruh. What's happening? Y'all get it back together. Let them little dogs... Man, quit doing that to them little baby dogs, coming out with them kink tails. Why you want to see a dog with a kink tail? That ain't a dog. And it's not designed to have a kink tail. And if you want a bulldog, just go get a bulldog. Why you got to take the dogs and make them different colors and then want to put the bully name on them when they look just like bulldogs, and you bred bulldogs to make the dogs? Y'all seen some of them dogs from Toad Line. Them dogs look, and I'm not talking about Toad Line. I'm not clowning Toad Line, but them dogs look just like bulldogs. And those are the dogs that were used to make Carolina Carolina Kennels dogs. You know, Big Country come from a toad line dog. And when you look at some of Big Country productions, they look like some of them toad line dogs. Just like I said, there's a little bit of bulldog in some of all these bullies. And now there's finna be traits of Merle inside of all these bullies. So you gotta watch out who you breeding to. Because you could be breeding to a solid fine dog. And then when you have puppies, they come out Merle because that fine dog was bred by some Merles but didn't come out Merle. But it carries the Merle trait. This is what I'm talking about. I just wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk about Monster. I wanted to talk about Greyline and all those nice dogs that Greyline's got. Rest in peace. I think that's Mr. Gary Moore. Rest in peace. Shout out to Greyline, a historical dog kennel known for breeding historical dogs. One of the most historical dogs in the world when it comes to the bully gang was the notorious Juan Gotti. Thank you to all the prominent old school breeders who are still alive and continuing to breed dogs. Bullies, that is, in the correct form and fashion. Take my hat off to you cats, man. And you other guys, hey, we ain't saying your dogs are ugly. We just saying that they're not bullies. Give them a nice name. Give them a good name. Take your dogs to the top. To me, they just a bunch of bulldogs with different colors. That's all it is to it. But do what you want with your dogs. Just remember what the American bully is. And sometime if you can't remember, then we might have to remind you. Yes, sir. Raider 2 was in the notorious Juan Gotti's pedigree 4 times. He was also